What's good, y'all? I'm Aura J, and this is the start to a series I've been wanting to do for a while. A series where I take a fan favorite scene or moment, whether it be from an anime, TV show, or game, and go into detail about what makes it so profound and stick with us forever. This is one divine moment, a Requiem for Uvogin. The world-renowned shonen anime Hunter x Hunter is known for many things, from its lovable main characters to the world-famous Chimera Ant arc. But if I had to choose one moment from the entire show that really resonated with me, it is by far this one. There are so many reasons why this moment has earned its place in the history books, and any one of these factors could have a video on their own. But don't worry, we'll be taking a deep dive into why when all these aspects come together, we get such a beautiful, glorious, and downright unforgettable moment. So the first and perhaps the most profound factor of this moment is its build-up. And that starts way back before the show even began with the massacre of the Kurta clan. The Kurta clan was known for their special ability known as the Scarlet Eyes. And for those of y'all who don't know about the Scarlet Eyes, well, let me tell you how they work. When a member of the Kurta clan feels any intense emotion, whether it be happiness, sadness, or rage, their eyes obtain a scarlet red glow, and they are given an intense boost in strength, speed, and also Nen. As you can guess, these eyes are extremely valuable, giving people plenty incentive to, murder them all. One of the four main protagonists of Hunter x Hunter is a member of the Kurta clan, our beloved Kurapika, the prettiest man in the show. I don't care. Actually, he's the only member of the Kurta clan who's still alive, because back when he was only 12 years old, his entire clan was brutally slain by guess who? The Phantom Troop. The Phantom Troop. Where do we even begin? The Phantom Troop, or Spiders, is a group of the most extraordinary Nen users who just so happen to be criminals. There are 13 of them to be exact, and they all serve under their leader, who's naturally the most powerful of them all, Crollo Lucifer. On a day that the members would come to regret, the Phantom Troop massacred the entire clan, removing and collecting the Scarlet Eyes from each member, leaving the only working pair left in existence inside the face of my god Kurapika. But his are even more special than that, let me explain. Kurapika is a conjurer, someone who uses their Nen to conjure items to use in battle. But when Kurapika's eyes turn red, he obtains all 5 Nen abilities at a mastery level, those abilities being an Enhancer, which increases all natural abilities of the user, Transmuter, which allows the user to change the properties of their aura to mimic something else, Emitter, which allows the user to separate their Nen from the body, kind of like projectiles, Conjurer, which allows the user to create physical objects completely out of aura, and a Manipulator, which allows the user to control non-living things with aura. All together, he calls this ability Emperor Time. Most Nen users obtain one ability naturally, but maybe the best could have 2. But when Kurapika's eyes get to glowing, you better just run on sight because he unlocks all 5. From the very first moment we encountered Kurapika in the show, he already had a certain gloom about him. It was very clear that he had a purpose and a goal into which he poured every bit of his existence. And that goal was to reclaim each and every pair of eyes that was stolen from his clan, and also to eradicate the entire Phantom Troop off the face of the planet. A little later in the show, Kurapika earns a name for himself, the Chain User. Kurapika's Nen ability was centered around chains wrapped around his fingers that he conjured out of his own Nen. But that's not the important part, no. The important part was how these chains worked. But before we get into that, let me tell you about a little old thing called a Nen Contract. A Nen Contract, well, is a contract that involves Nen. No, I'm just playing. A Nen Contract allows the user to increase their Nen range, power, and abilities as long as they abide by the set of rules placed upon them. Those abilities can become very overpowered as long as the punishment for breaking the contract is just as damning. What does this have to do with Kurapika? Well, he has a Nen Contract, and a pretty damn crazy one at that. His contract gives him the ability Chain Jail, a chain wrapped around his middle finger that fully incapacitates and shuts the Nen off of anyone who's trapped inside it. And to add insult to injury, just in case he has to fight someone really strong later, the chain cannot be broken at all. That's insane, right? Well, there's a bit of a downside. Kurapika's deal on the Nen Contract states that he can only use this ability on Phantom Troop members alone. And chain jail is only the second most important chain on his hand. Let me tell you about the first. It's the chain that has a dagger at the end of it that is wrapped around Kurapika's heart. Why is it wrapped around Kurapika's heart? Well, if he uses chain jail on anyone who's not a member of the Phantom Troop, that dagger will pierce his heart, killing him instantly. Oh yeah, the Nen Contract is nothing to play around with. Fast forward a little bit, there's a huge underground auction taking place in New York. Oh, no, that's York New City. Anyways, it's ran by the Mafia, and guess what? One of the items up for auction are, you guessed it, one shiny pair of scarlet eyes. Originally, Kurapika was there as a bodyguard for a rich family called the Nostrad family. And remember how I mentioned earlier that the spiders are criminals? Yeah, best believe they trying to loot that auction, and they can kill off some of the Mafia man they was finna eat. And finally, we arrive at that fateful night. The troop launches an attack to steal the auction items, and although they did kill some of the Mafia members, the Mafia had seen this coming and had already moved the valuables to a different location. I know they was mad. The Mafia sent out Kurapika, some bodyguards, and another group of powerful nen users called the Shadow Beasts to chase after the troop, and unfortunately for about 4 of the Shadow Beasts, they caught one of them, Uvogin. Actually, there were more troop members, but Uvo wanted to fight by himself. Let me tell you about Uvo. Uvo is like if the Hulk and the Tasmanian Devil went stupid, you get this man right here. He is by far the physically strongest in the entire Phantom Troop, and oh my goodness, what he does to these shadow beasts could demonetize my whole channel before it's even monetized. But he doesn't make it out unscathed, and it is these injuries that allows Kurapika to swoop in and catch him in chain jail. Kurapika and his bodyguard buddies put Uvo in the back of the whip and skirt off. The Phantom Troop sees this and goes to rescue Uvo, killing the entire rest of the Shadow Beasts just like on the way. They eventually find Uvo and free him, but Uvo is so mad that he even got captured that he goes looking for Kurapika to kill him. But we know Kurapika ain't ducking no smoke. They talk a little trash, then they go to a new location just to fight because Kurapika doesn't want people to hear Uvo's screams. Kinda thoughtful to be honest. But no, that's just the beginning of how disrespectful Kurapika is. Wait for it. The fight doesn't even last that long. Kurapika's Emperor Time and Chain Jail had Uvo on his deathbed within minutes. Kurapika had killed his first spider, and after that he buried him? That means this man Kurapika brought a shovel to the fight. Nah, that's disrespectful, I can't lie. Oh, but the troop wasn't gonna let their fellow member die for nothing. Even though the troop seemed like pretty bad people, I couldn't help but think they were so cool. Plus, they all still valued one thing that we all do: family, friends, and companionship. Their brother in arms was stolen away from them. They had to give him a send-off that he would have wanted. And knowing Uvo, that send-off would be to wreak havoc. They would do that, but also achieve something more. They would put on a show, or even better, a Requiem. We all knew something was coming, but we didn't know just exactly what it was. It was unsettling to say the least. Krollo, through means of unlimited riz and trickery, had obtained the power to tell the future through the poems that he wrote. He told the troop to assemble at the cemetery building he was located in, and with 5 simple words, cued one of the most beautiful disasters, one of the most tranquil explosions to have ever graced our eyes. Those words were simple: make it a big show. Okay, we're on the edge of our seats. It's time to see them in full action. Cue the hype music, right? Not exactly. We hear Mozart. This can't be the right music. On first watch, I didn't know what to feel. You see Mafia members being slain left and right, but it feels so graceful. And to top it all off, Krollo delivers his poem. It reads, "Forever set, a precious moon is lost. The others mourn him with ceremony grand. Rising up to heaven the mighty moon of frost, with a melody from the morning band. Harvest barren, wine spilled, lovers slumber beside the bloody scarlet eyes. Though cut in half shall be your number, 'tis not lost wherein your advantage lies. Amuse yourself with the entr'acte. Seek out new friends once in a bind. Perhaps to the east one can be tracked. The one most needed you're sure to find. We then switch to Krollo's perspective once again, where we see a man who is pinned to a wall, missing several parts of his body, but he's alive. And if this scene wasn't already unsettling, this man was laughing, all while Mozart is still playing in the background. Krollo finishes him off, then looks out the window to view the show that they had put on. As Krollo raises both arms and looks out at the pure chaos, he becomes a conductor, and the music follows his lead. Countless Mafia members are being slaughtered as Krollo recites the poem again, this time with a twist. Forever set, a precious moon is lost. The others mourn him with ceremony grand. Rising up to heaven, the mighty moon of frost, with a melody from the morning band. Well, Uvo, can you hear it? We dedicate this Requiem to you. And after those words, the episode comes to a conclusion. And there was one thing I knew for sure. I just witnessed a moment that I would never forget. I will never forget how it made me feel so many different things. Excitement, fear, awe. The feeling when so many different factors all build up to that one moment and it actually over-delivers. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe. If you did, I would love you forever. Hit the noti bell as well so you don't miss the next installment. If you have any other anime, show, movie, or game moments, please comment it down below because I cannot remember them all. This has been one divine moment, a requiem for Uvogin. And in some twisted way, I think we'd all want our loved ones to give a send-off when we leave this earth. Maybe not that kind of show, but you know what I mean.